Hello everyone, it's Dale here. Welcome to the new video from the Trade of the Week series. In this video I want to walk you through a trade which I took last week. I want to show you everything about the trade, meaning the trade entry, the logic behind the trade entry, the stop loss placement, take profit placement, how the trade went, simply everything from A to Z, so you can see how the stuff which I teach you in my other videos, how I apply it in my real trading. So today we are going to take a look at a swing trade which I took on New Zealand dollar, US dollar, and you're looking at my swing trading workspace. It is a daily chart. I do all my swing trading on daily chart, so I'm really looking at the bigger picture here. So this is the New Zealand dollar here, and what I've done here is I've covered the right part of the screen here to create sort of, market replay for you so you guys can see what I saw at that time when I identified the level. So the first thing that I noticed when I looked at this chart was this strong downtrend. When I see a strong downtrend like this, I'm interested in how volumes are distributed over that downtrend area. For that, I use my flexible volume profile, which you can use like this, look into specific areas. And as you can see, there's a significant heavy volume zone that's standing out, right? This is a place where sellers stopped for a bit and they were adding to their short positions, right? So we have a significant volume zone inside a strong trend. This is a setup, a volume profile setup, which I called trend setup because I look for it when there's a strong trend. Now, what I usually do is I trade from the beginning of that heavy volume zone, meaning I wait for pullback and then go short from there. That's how I trade that trend setup. What I also like to do is I like to look for confluences because, the more confluences you can find, the better and the stronger the level is. In this case, what I found is all those reactions to that level. See how many times the price reacted to the level before in here, and also one huge reaction in here. That means that in the past, this level marked in this dotted line worked as a support, right? Because the price was reacting to it. So in the past, it was a strong support, and when the price blew past that support, it turned into a resistance, right? This is a price action setup, and it very nicely aligns with that volume cluster here, with that volume profile setup. Now let me delete all that. And there was one more thing, just a little thing, but there was a little fair value gap right here. That's from Smart Money Concepts, fair value gap. And when there's a bearish fair value gap, I like to trade from the beginning of it, which is right here. All right, so all those three setups aligned, pointing to this level. It was at 0.5845, and that's why I wanted to wait for that pullback and go short from there. Now what I do with the swing levels, I simply put pending orders. I'm not really afraid of any macro news or stuff like that because this is trading on the daily chart. So I just placed a limit order here and I was waiting for a short. My stop loss, let me delete all that. My stop loss was behind this whole heavy volume zone, and it was right here. I always place the stop loss behind a barrier, and the barrier in most cases is heavy volume zone. In this case, I was sort of thinking whether to place the stop behind this heavy volume zone or behind this whole area. Placing the stop behind the first heavy volume cluster in here, I thought that this would be, too tight stop loss for a swing trade. So I decided to go for wider stop loss, and I decided to go for this one, to consider this whole zone a resistance barrier. So I placed the stop behind it, right? Just to let the trade breathe a bit. Now regarding take profit, I like to trade with at least risk reward ratio 1. So if you have your trade entry in here and your stop loss in here, then in order to trade with risk reward ratio 1, you need to have your take profit in here. I like to trade with risk reward ratio 1 or better. That means take profit should be at least here or even a little bit lower, right? So this was the setting, and let me now show you how the trade played out. I'll move this bit by bit so you can see how it developed day after day, alright? Now the price was making that pullback towards the level. At this point, it's not really visible, but at this point the price did not touch the level, so I did not get filled in here. I was still waiting. I got filled in here, right there. So that was short from this place. And then, the next day, the price hit this take profit level. My initial plan was actually to take the profit in here where you see this blue line, because I wanted to trade with bigger risk reward ratio than 1. But the thing was that there was upcoming news, and it was rate decision of the New Zealand Central Bank. That means that this is the strongest macro news that's affecting the New Zealand dollar. And if you remember, I said that I trade during macro news, that I don't really care about macro news when trading with swings. That's true, but there's one exception, and that's macro news directly affecting the cash rate. And you know, when you have a cash rate macro news, you need to be very careful, because this could cause very strong trends, could cause change of a trend, it could cause massive volatility. Because there was this upcoming news right here, I had to quit the trade before the news. So I actually quit the trade in here with risk reward ratio 1. And that was it. Let me now show you what happened during the news. The price went downwards, so it would actually hit my take profit in here, which I intended to take at first, but you know, it's best to avoid trading this kind of monster news, as I call it. And then the price continued downwards. So as you can see, there was rather huge reaction to that level, and this is the kind of trade that I look for when trading the swings. By the way, this level was also part of the levels which I'm giving to members of our trading course. They have access to them in advance, so they can trade that alongside me every day. Let me show you. So this is our back end. This is the swing trading table. If I open this, then you can see that there's the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. That's the level, 58.45. That's the short. This is the take profit, 57.99. This is the stop loss, 58.92. All right. If you want to join us, just visit my website. This is it, traderdale.com. And if you click this button, trading course and tools, it will take you to this page where you can browse my trading education and indicator packs. You can get them separately in here, or scroll down a bit and get them all together for a discounted price. Alright, so that's about that. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Until then, happy trading.